I was diagnosed with PTSD in 2014 after someone who was quite stronger than I am attempted to kill me on the job. I was actually working with him. He was a client. I was staff. He hit me over the head several times according to the injuries and what my scalp looks like today, with a long metal bat after telling me less than a second beforehand that he was going to take my life. I escaped from the room, a locked door. I escaped running for my life. And that day and every day since, I would say, that is probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me, emphasizing me. I am applying for help with my PTSD diagnosis. It is something that I seek therapy for, have a therapist for, and I usually remark in my sessions, if not every single time, more often than not, that I think everybody has post-traumatic stress disorder. Well, when I did a little research, actually very few people are diagnosed with PTSD. My case is not a slam dunk, as they say in the legal business, but what I am sure of is that my personality has changed tremendously. My fear of the future stagnates me. You see, if the worst thing that's ever happened to you, after many other horrible things have already occurred, is almost being killed, then that's literally what I have to look forward to. What I say, I jest. Now the next thing that's going to happen to me is either a gang rape or I survive an airplane crash. Who wants that to happen to them? What would you think you have to look forward to after a background such as mine? Being sexually assaulted at 8 years old, being physically assaulted a day after you bury your very young mother, and then to have the closest thing to family taken away from you by a sociopath. What would you have to look forward to? So some of the symptoms of PTSD include a fear, an unrealistic fear of the future. And that is what I put on the table. I am very concerned about my future, and my goal is to be in control of my environment at all times. I am agitated by almost everything. I need people to kiss my ass, and I don't mean that literally. I mean, I need people to treat me as I would treat them, even though they are not necessarily hypersensitive and don't need to be treated with kid gloves per se. There's not a demographic left on the planet that I can say I like or trust. Everything from white people to black women are potential foes based upon their reaction to me. Haven't always been like this. It definitely comes from a diagnosis. But the group, the peer counseling group, is created for us to get together and talk about the triggers and how to not react to triggers, because reacting to triggers can cause people who suffer from PTSD to do things they would not do when in their right mind.